Who else? And good morning, everybody. It's TomChenault, and it's a hair on fire call. And the first thing I did was stood up and got right out of the camera picture. So sorry about that. We are posting this on the radio and on the YouTube and on Masters of Enrollment. So any of you that want to have your people watch this call in a little while, go ahead and do that. Unbelievable weekend in Chicago. If you didn't have your people there, you missed it. And I want you all to think, man alive, I knew somebody in Chicago. I wonder if they were there. I wonder if they went. You need to make it important, you guys. If you make it important enough, people are going to show. If you don't make it important enough, they won't. It's that simple. So all you need to do is start developing that muscle where those people are going to Fort Wayne, Indiana. Draw a circle around Fort Wayne and say, who's that? What cities are close by? 90 miles or so away. I'm telling you, it was unbelievable. Robert Beck, what a gentleman. What a team he's got. Extraordinary leaders, extraordinary people. Then you look over at Dr. Peter Glidden. Weekly health seminars. People absolutely just following the code. I was astounded by you people in Chicago, Illinois. It was so great listening to every one of your stories. It was so great to listen to the dreams, talking about the goals, talking about using mastersofenrollment.com, and talking about generating your future forward. Everybody knows somebody in the areas that we're going to. You guys know people in Salt Lake City, Utah. You guys know people in Indianapolis and Fort Wayne, Indiana, all those places, Chicago, Illinois. You know what? People can drive to these meetings. I have never seen anything like the surprise I had on Saturday morning when Lisa Nicarry, after a 12-hour drive, walked in the door with Robin Stewart, her husband Bob, and their teammate Loris. It was unbelievable. These people drove for 12 hours, you guys. Unbelievable. You want to talk about commitment? That's commitment. Are they brand new in the business? No. They're Kona double diamonds. And they got in their car and drove for 12 hours. Why? Because they knew it was worth it. And that's what they have got. So somebody, Victoria Barron or David Rutz, somebody got it across to those people how worth it was to get there. And nothing stopped them, including geography. 12 hours they drove. So I want you to think about yourself. Charlie Bradford and Darren, I've seen those guys make that commitment of a 12-hour drive to go to a training. But I'm going to tell you something. If you've got that kind of eye of the tiger, there is going to be no stopping you. And I want you to think about what stopped you. If you didn't have your people in Chicago, what stopped you from having them there? What story did you tell yourself that didn't get your people to Chicago? Was it was too big a town, it was too big a suburb, it's too cold, it was too hot? What was the story? Because I'll tell you, you know somebody that knows somebody in Chicago. And I did a little poll of the room of how many people have read The Power of Who, Mr. Schmooze, in the 2 books. And I'm telling you, the numbers weren't that high. And I was talking to somebody at the beginning of this call by the name of Larry Clapp down in Houston, Texas. He said, Tom, my people are finally reading the books, and guess what? My job just got easier. Now I can inspire and motivate, and those people already have the basic knowledge of how to do this. Are you getting that serious? Every one of you people on this call, are you getting that serious about getting those books read and getting those books into the hands of your team? Because it's the missing link. You can do this, you guys. We are driving to Diamond in March. This is the Diamond Destiny Run. Every one of you have it in you. If you need me to help you get inspired to build a system to get your team to Las Vegas, into Kona Double Diamond, and to that iPad, I'll do that. I want you guys all to be running around with iPads. I want the Hair on Fire team to be leading the band. Who do you know? How do you get them there? What do you do? You need to reach up, reach out, reach over, reach in. Because I'll tell you, people are going to follow your lead. If you make it important in Chicago, Illinois, it's going to be important to them. If you make it important in Fort Wayne, Indiana, it's going to be important to them. You've got to make it like that important. I'm telling you, you build toward events. You do one-on-one meetings, you do weekly meetings, you do monthly trainings, and you build toward events. So the next event I want you to build for, and I'm not going to be surprised if people see people flying from Florida, from Houston to Fort Wayne, Indiana. Why? Because it's important. I promise you it is important. It's going to change your business. Denise and I didn't fly there to see the wet. We were there for 12 hours. We flew in, we flew out. Why did we do that? Because it was important. And every one of you guys have a great, great destiny in front of you, but you've got to take it as serious as that. I promise you. I know I'm harping away at it today. I want you to be diamond. I want you to be managing associate first. I want you to be diamond. I want you to be Kona double diamond. I want you to be Fiji. How do you do that? You start today. And you start saying, you know what? I am going to be unstoppable. There is no way I am going to let anything derail my dream. My dreams in my life have been derailed long enough. I've let circumstance, I've let time, I've let money stop me too long. I'm not going to be stopped today. I'm going to read those books. I'm going to read them from cover to cover. I'm going to play like I'm going back to high school. I'm going to play like I'm going back to college. I am actually going to do it. And then I'm going to get my team to do it. Because I know now that there is a track to run on. It was so beautiful listening to Peter Glidden tell me, now we know how to do this. I was so excited to hear Robert Beck with a video camera, with his great guy, Carl, sitting there. Cliff. His name was Cliff. Sorry, Cliff. Cliff, if you're listening, sorry. Cliff, he had a video camera. He videoed the whole thing. So that because there were a lot of people, it was a horrible snowstorm. A lot of people had other commitments on the spiritual side. There was no way they were going to be there. So they bought a $1,000 video camera. They didn't even know how to run it. But it was that important to them that they had this business training. Are you taking it that seriously? Do you think it's that serious? Is your future that serious? Is what you want out of your life that serious that you'll go to any length to get it? That's all you need to decide. Is this a game show or is it real time, your future here? And do you really believe what's coming out of your mouth? Because if you really believe what's coming out of your mouth, it's going to be your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother. It's going to be your relatives. It's going to be your friends that you're going to look at and say, listen, I'm going to $20,000 a month in longevity. There is no stopping me. And inside of that, I've got to take 4 people with me. Those 4 people are going to be you, and you. I love you. I don't know if you've got the game to be one of my 4, but you're one of my first-round draft choices. I want to partner with you to reach the goals that you want in your future. You can be a Kona double diamond, Peggy Lapsley. You can be a Kona double diamond, Lisa Barney. You can hit those numbers. I promise you. You can be qualified and hitting those numbers if you start today and you say, I am not going to be stopped. And then you pick up the phone and you call people and you don't care how busy they are because this is your future we're talking about. You don't care how busy TomChenault is. You don't care how busy Lisa Barney is. You don't care how busy Peggy Lapsley is. You know that busy people are the people that get things done. And you say to yourself, I am going to take the mountain. Lisa and I carry a Kona double diamond sitting in a car 12 hours in and then 12 hours back home. That's a busy person, but a busy person with a plan. A busy person with some drive, a busy person with some vision. I have to do that so my team sees that they need to do that. Loris Hackelford, I'm telling you what, that guy had to be inspired because his 2 upline leaders hopped on their horse and drove to see him in Chicago. If I were him, I'd be standing about 15 feet tall today, knowing that he was in the foxhole with some people that were in the foxhole with him. I ask all of you guys today, who are you in the foxhole with? Is it just lip service or are you really in the foxhole with them? And if you are, drive some people next time over to Fort Wayne, Indiana. But between here and there, today, interview 2, 3-way 1, train like crazy, read those books. Read those books to your team if necessary. Go over to their house and say, it's story time. We're going to read The Power of Who together. I'll guarantee you'll do that one time, but the next day when you call and say, I'm coming over to read, they're going to say, I've already read the next chapter. Let's get it on, you guys. I love you. That's my story. I am sticking to it.